Welcome to the Hills Have Nerds, where legally we all count as three goblins in a trench coat. So today we don't have Josh with us. Today it is going to be me. I'm Travis. I'm the guy that edits most of this stuff. We've also got Aaron with us.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
And we have Lee with us today.
Hello.
So a little behind the curtain, some stuff is going on with Josh. So unfortunately, he couldn't be here. All the love to him and his family for stuff that they're going through. But today is just going to be a little media catch up. Nothing huge. Just kind of talking about what we've been reading, watching, playing, listening, all that kind of good stuff. Who wants to get us started?
Lee?
Sure. I don't mean to go first. I want to jump in this one before anybody else says. I don't know if anybody else is playing it currently, but Clear Obscure Expedition 33. I've been playing that, and the RPG community has been going buck wild about this game.
You know, you're the second person in like a day's time to mention that game to me. So now I feel like I have to play it.
Dude, it is the top rated game as of like a couple of days ago.
Really?
It's the top rated game of all time on Metacritic now.
Wow.
It passed Ocarina of Time. It passed all these other things. It's the top rated game of all time on Metacritic, to my understanding. So it is an incredible game. And I expected it to be good. Like when I saw the previews for it years ago, or maybe a year ago, whatever, like a while back, I was like, cool, I'll have to keep an eyeball on that one because it looked like a unique story. The game came out. It was the day after, or maybe it was 2 days after, but like a day or two after Oblivion Remastered came out. And it was like, oh crap, because that was Shadow Drop. And we were like, well, it's going to cover up Expedition 33. It did not. So the people from Expedition 33, that studio, said that they actually thought it helped the sales. And it's like a 30 plus team of people, like a very small team that made this game. And it had like, I think, 1 million sales in the first 3 days maybe, and then it passed 2 million sales. So it's doing really, really well, and it's to the point now that it's contending with some numbers from like AAA RPGs. So pretty exciting stuff, and it's fantastic. It is really a great game. The combat's wonderful. There's like a parry system for combat, so it's very like engaging. The acting is great. It has Gollum in it. What's that guy's name?
Oh, I don't know.
Andy Serkis. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's sick.
Oh, I love Andy Serkis, dude. So he's in it. It's got an incredible story. That's weird. It's a little different in a very, very good way. And I think that it really has kind of shaken the RPG community quite a bit. I'm in a lot of groups for that sort of stuff. You know, I do YouTube and I talk about RPGs a lot. And so like my feeds on everything has been blowing up with Expedition 33. And so I've been playing it as well. I haven't got as much time into it as I'd like. I think I'm about 15 hours in now, and it's wonderful. I just need to get more into it. Act 1 made me, drop my jaw to the floor. It was wonderful, but of course, no spoilers. But a very heartfelt game. Music's great. Gameplay's great. It's an absolute 10 out of 10 for me. And that's what I've been playing lately, and I'm looking forward to playing some more of it.
Yeah.
You're the RPG guy, so it's like if you're ranking it that high, then it's.
This one will be talked about for years, for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to look into that.
Yeah, everybody I heard talk about it said nothing but good things to say.
Yeah, that's sick. You want to go next, Aaron?
Sure, I can. So the big game I've been playing with Cody and Josh and them has been Repo.
Oh, God, Repo. I love
Repo. Okay, so I've watched a little bit of Repo, and I still don't know what's happening. Can you kind of give me a rundown?
So Repo it plays similar to like was it Lethal Company and what was the other one? The other one you had to make a film.
Content warning.
Content warning, yeah. So like the idea is that you're going into these randomly generated areas, and they usually have some kind of enemy. And the idea of Repo is your robots collecting these items in the in this little area it's randomly generated. I want to say dungeon, but it's like different areas depending on the place. Like you start out, it's like a house that's kind of ran down, And then you go to like almost like a castle area, and they make it look like it's like a wizard school kind of thing. But you're clearing out, collecting items for money and putting them on these stations, and you can find it randomly generates, an enemy that can be multiple things. Like the one is the robe, and it's just like, it looks kind of like No Face from Spirited Away. He's just like a black thing with a mask, like a white mask on, with these like claw hands sticking out though. And if he sees you, he'll come up and he'll just grab a hold of you and take a big chunk out of you. You have so much health. So you're trying to get all this stuff without getting caught by the enemies. And it's fantastic. The robots look like little Muppets because their mouths are like just cut off and like have hinge on the back. So when you talk, they just flap.
They talk like the Canadians from South Park.
Yes, yes.
Oh, is it kind of like Bug Snacks? Kind of looks like that.
Sort of.
Yeah.
In kind of like how the mouth flaps. And the best part is where it's in-game voice chat.
Mm-hmm.
Any sound you make, those robots are going to react to.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's one of the enemies is a hunter who's blind. So it's like you have to be quiet and sneak around him. If you make noise, he has a gun, he fires. And it's surprisingly a lot of fun, and it gets real wacky. One of the enemies is like this brain that flies around with like this weird teeth, and it latches onto a player, and it forces them to puke acid. So if they're looking at other players, they'll damage the other players.
It also drops your voice, like it physically pitches your voice down while you're infected with it.
It does. Oh, the first time I had no clue that was what it was going to do. And then I was like, oh God, it's on me. It's on me. And everybody else just started cracking up.
Oh, there's my favorite piece of scrap, because I think they're just categorized as like scrap collecting games.
Yeah. Something.
There's one that you can find that's an hourglass. And as soon as you click on it, it slows you down. But it doesn't, like, physically you move a lot slower, but also you start talking a lot slower. So you pick it up and you're like, oh my God, it's so expensive. It's such a sleeper hit of a game.
It's a lot of fun. We've had a blast with it. And it goes up to 6 players.
Is it one of those games where it's like, did it like suddenly get really popular? Like somebody streamed it and then it went wild, or what?
Yeah, I think so. It came out of the blue for me. It just all of a sudden started showing up on my feed.
Yeah, it was big on TikTok. There were a lot of people posting clips about random event, like the funny events that would happen to them while playing on like TikTok and stuff like that.
The art style and everything, it's one of those, like, it showed up and I was like, oh, this is just one of those stupid indie games that's trying to imitate Lethal Company. And then I started watching some videos and I was like, this is actually looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, it blew Lethal Company out of the water.
Yeah, surprisingly. But that's been the big thing that we've been playing recently.
Repo's so good.
10 out of 10. It's like $10. So it's not an expensive game.
I feel like the voice chat and like party chat like that or whatever is really underutilized. That stuff's so much fun in like about any context.
The chat system in that game is the thing that freaking makes me laugh the most, because if you type in the chat, your robot will repeat whatever you typed back in like a Microsoft Sam-esque voice.
Yeah. One of the items you can find, to add to the money is a love potion.
Yeah.
And when you get it, your robot will start talking about one of the other players. They'll be like, my eyes glisten when I see Pixel Bro Lee. And they'll talk about how much they love them. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. A fantastic game. Like I said, it's definitely worth picking up. $10. We've had tons of fun with it, and we've only got to like level 6 or 7.
Yeah, it's so good. I love Repo so much. I guess I'm next up on this. Very
You are.
recently, I picked back Final Fantasy 14. I picked it back up, and I am on a quest to get all the combat jobs to level 100. I just got Viper and Reaper to 100, and trying to think of what all I have left. I have Dragoon, Summoner, Red Mage, Machinist, Paladin, Warrior, and then Sage, because I'll get Scholar when I level Summoner. So I've got like 7 more to go,
Dang.
and everything will be level 100.
Wow.
And you put the time in.
Yeah.
That's
I have done this ever since Shadowbringers, which was 2 expansions ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I need to. They're on, I think, patch 7.2 now, but I've not caught up with any of the stories since Dawn Trail, like the main campaign of Dawn Trail, ended. So I need to catch back up. Very behind.
That's I really need to pick it up. I'd like to finish Endwalker. I still haven't finished it.
Dude, Endwalker was so good.
It was fantastic when I played. Just money and time got in the way.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of ashamed of how little I've played of those stories, especially consistently here that Final Fantasy 14 is probably the best Final Fantasy story out there.
It shouldn't be this 10 out of 10 thing, right? Not to say that MMOs can't have these wide, expansive stories, but like an MMO in a title like Final Fantasy shouldn't consistently be winning like best story and like all this other kind of stuff, but it consistently does, and it consistently shows why it should be winning them.
I'm not very good at MMOs because I mean, honestly, to play an MMO, it has to become a job to really keep up with it, and I'm not good with them. But I mean, I continue playing Final Fantasy for the story more than anything.
I heard it best described once. I was watching a video by Jesse Cox of all people.
Yeah.
And it's a video because he was talking about how like he played WoW for like 12 years and he had put like a year into 14. And he was kind of going on comparing them. And I really like the way that he said it. He said that WoW is an MMO first and an RPG second, whereas Final Fantasy 14 is an RPG first and an MMO second. Like you still get that single player enriching story, you know, you get to learn about the characters, the world, and do all this stuff, and it's an MMO, you know, just kind of because.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I agree with that. They do put a lot of the focus on the story and RPG elements of it more than they do the MMO aspect, it seems.
Yeah, like there's still plenty of MMO related stuff, but it definitely like they want you to experience the story. And it has to say something when the father of Final Fantasy, his name escapes me right now, but like the guy that started Final Fantasy sat down recently and I think beat it, like went all the way through Endwalker. And actually like publicly announced to Naoki Yoshida, or Yoshi P, who's the director of the game, who also directed Final Fantasy 16. He basically sat down and he was just like, yep, there's no better person that I could have thought of taking over Final Fantasy from me than Naoki Yoshida. And that's the father of Final Fantasy being like, yeah. Like,
I'm trying to look his name up, but
it's like
it's an H.
Yeah, it's like is it Hironobu?
Hironobu Sakaguchi. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, whenever he tells you that this is good, it's like, man, that's like
the ultimate compliment there.
Yeah, I mean, like that's My favorite thing, small tangent to go on, but this is my favorite thing. I was watching this interview with Yoshi P, and somebody in the crowd was, I guess WoW Classic had just come out at this point, or had been out for a little bit. And somebody was asking him, they're like, oh, like there's still plenty of people that want to experience the 1.0, like the Final Fantasy 14 Classic. So like, would you ever, like open dedicated servers just to play in that? And the only response that Yoshi P gave was he went, nightmare. And that was it.
Yeah, the 1.0 was just a mess. The story was cool, but it was just a mess.
You'll geek out about this, Lee, because this should give you a really good laugh. There was a flower pot in one of the main cities that had as many polygons as a main character.
Yeah.
Back in 1.0, there was a flower pot that contained as many polygons as the create a character model.
Why would they do that to themselves? Like, what?
Because they wanted it to be the prettiest looking MMO. It was all they were thinking about.
No doubt. It's like we're going to absolutely kill resources, and probably, that probably ruled out a bunch of people at the bottom that couldn't run that.
Oh God, yeah. No, it was wild.
Yeah, because I can't remember the director, but that started the original Final Fantasy Online.
It was the same
14.
guy that directed 13.
So no, it wasn't Nomura, was it?
I think so, yeah.
Nomura is the one who did 13. No, not 13. He did he did 15. He directed 15. So it might be the
Well, this might be a good way for me to transition into my next thing if you want.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't know if I told you guys about this. Did I tell you about reading Fight Out of Magic? By chance?
No.
I don't think so, no.
Well, reading it. I do a lot of audiobooks, so I can like drive to work and listen to them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this audiobook called Fight Out of Magic, and it's like a history of JRPGs from a U.S. Author's like standpoint of like he grew up with RPGs, and he was like, I'm gonna write a book about my history with RPGs, and he tells about the history of them and a lot of stuff. And he covers a lot of different games, but it was called Fight Out of Magic, and I just recently finished that up, and it was really enjoyable. So I'm kind of on the prowl for another RPG related book or just another video game history related book. I love that sort of stuff. I've had a few people recommend Dungeon Crawler Carl or something like that.
Not familiar with it.
I love that name.
It's Dungeon something Carl. I mean, it's apparently really entertaining stuff. It was a set of books, but I'm looking for some more history stuff. So if anybody out there has some suggestions for books based on the history of video games, I've read a lot of them at this point, but I'd still be interested in reading some more. But yeah, I recently finished that up. I recommend it to to anybody that's interested in RPGs and video game history, which I guess might be a little niche, but it's very enjoyable. Oh, it's on Audible too. So I mean, you can get
nice.
do the whole Audible thing, get a month free or whatever, enjoy it, and then cancel your subscription.
Yeah. For people,
I don't know
like
why
me who
that.
can't read.
I don't know why that reminded me. You ever seen the documentary? I think it's Indie Game, the movie. I think is what it's called.
I've heard of it. Doesn't it? It talks about Braid. I think is one of the games.
It's got John Blow,
Super Meat Boy.
Who made it's got the Super Meat Boy team, it's got the guy that did Braid, and then it's got the guy that made Fez.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I have seen it because I remember the Fez guy. He kind of like crashed out at some point, didn't he?
Yeah, a lot happened with him. He kind of went on this whole tirade. I don't even remember what it was about. It was basically saying that like indie games were like the way of the future, and that indie games would trump AAA games and all this other stuff. And this isn't exactly what he said, but I think it was to the tune of like he was a god among men, and then he got doxxed.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, he was kind of a different cat, dude.
Yeah, he was something. He was definitely something.
Oh, Phil Fish.
Phil Fish, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting guy. Fun game. can't really play it for more than like a couple minutes at a time because it breaks my brain. But
Right.
I mean, he wasn't completely wrong. It seems like due to the actions of the AAA games, like a lot of the indie games are the future. But
Oh yeah.
it sounds like he got a little too big for his britches, also. So
Yeah.
yeah, he got a pretty big head.
To tie back into, of course, Expedition 33, man. When you got a team of 30 people making a game like Expedition 33 that's topping stuff now, it's like it's got to make some big companies a little nervous, man. Make them rethink some investments.
yeah,
We're gonna get big stuff, obviously. We're gonna get Grand Theft Auto 6 and whatever else, but those are gonna be $80, $90, $100 games. But there's a huge spot to fill for people that want to toss out, $10 for a game like Repo.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's Repo. You got Phasmophobia started as an indie game, and it was
So
amazing. There's a lot of them. Stardew Valley. I mean, that's just
Stardew Valley still blows my mind that's one guy, and it's almost essentially been one guy through every patch. I think, save for, I think he has publishing people to like help get like the mobile version and stuff like that. But like other than that, Concerned Ape is one guy.
yeah. That's I think that's how Phasmophobia started out. It was just one guy, and once he got big, he was like, oh, I need help.
Phasmo's such a good game too.
Absolutely. But that's a whole different topic, on indie games. We could go on rants about that.
Who's next?
Yep.
I'll take this one because this is more of a this is a bit of a catch up, but it's also like a look to the future. Because recently we don't have a hard release date, but we finally saw more about the new Digimon game that's hopefully coming out this year. It's called Digimon Story Time Stranger. So in sort of response, I guess, to its announcement, I've gone back to play Digimon Story Hacker's Memory for like the 9th time. And if you've never played a Digimon game, the story games, especially Hacker's Memory, are so worth your time. They've got very traditional like JRPG things to them. It's turn-based combat, but it's got everything you kind of expect. It's like your Digimon all have a normal attack. They have a series of special skills that they can use. You can throw out items. You can just tell them to defend or whatever. But it's got a bit of a Pokemon element to it. I hate comparing the two because the two communities are kind of at war with one another. But every time you get into a fight with a Digimon, you scan so much of it. And once you get that scan bar all the way up to 100, you can generate that Digimon just straight out of the gate. And now you have whatever Digimon you were just fighting to like fight by your side. I think Hacker's Memory last reported, this was the big one. Last reported it had like 330 total Digimon. Time Stranger's gonna have like 450.
Ooh.
So like a noticeable increase in the amount of Digimon that are in the game.
No kidding.
And it's being developed for the PS5. The other games were developed on Vita and then ported to PS4, but this one's actually being developed on PS5.
Ooh, so graphical fidelity and everything should be pretty gross.
It looks so pretty, dude. It looks so pretty. But yeah, I've been playing through Hacker's Memory, and I'm a huge Digimon nerd to begin with. I've always been one of those people that I thought Digimon was better than Pokemon.
Same.
But yeah, I am so excited for this new Digimon game. And it's been fun going back through Hacker's Memory because Hacker's Memory story is so good. It's so worth it.
So is there two Digimon games like Cyber Sleuth?
Yeah, so Cyber Sleuth was the first, and then Hacker's Memory was this like sequel. It's a sequel, but its story is kind of weird. Its story runs in perpetuity to the original.
Yeah, it runs parallel. It's like at the same time that the first one's going on. The hackers going on at the same time.
I think for Switch and PC, you can buy what they call the Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition, which has both games, and they even went back and updated the first Cyber Sleuth to have all the Digimon that Hacker's Memory introduced. So if you buy the Complete Edition, you have the full library of Digimon no matter what game you play, which is pretty nice. Yeah, really fun games, really basic. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to say that there's an insane amount of like RPG detail. Like, it doesn't do anything to break the mold, but it's solid in what it is. So yeah, highly recommend. If you've never played a Digimon game, definitely play one of those.
I enjoyed them, but I'm in the same boat as you. I actually enjoy Digimon more than I do Pokemon.
The show was way better. I don't care what anybody says.
100%.
I like this. Like I'm not a huge Digimon fan, but anything to challenge Pokemon, I'm like, yeah, get them.
The issue that Digimon is always faced with its video games is that like Pokemon definitely lent itself more so to being like a kid's game, and not saying that in a bad way, but any kid could pick it up and pretty well figure out, like, oh, okay, my fire Pokemon does more damage if I use fire moves. Oh, this one's grass, and fire burns grass or whatever. Like, you can pick up on stuff like that. But the Digimon games have always just tried to be like copies of their real life toy, like the Tamagotchi style things, but in video game form.
Yeah.
And that's not a little kid game. But the story games were departures from that, what they call VPET style of gameplay, and they focused more on being an RPG first and a toy accessory second. Is the best way to describe it. All right, you want to hit him with something, Aaron?
Sure, I can. So, the thing that I watched recently, I just finished The Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh snap! I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's crap. What is his name?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Well, yes, actually, it's heavily based off of that, but it was the guy that did Mike Flanagan. He also did the Midnight Mass for Netflix. But which I watched, which was really good as well. Which I still think was the better one personally. But this was a super good show, and if you liked Midnight Mass, things like Haunting of the House, of the Hill House, things
Great
like
book.
that, you would love this show. It was really good. It was all about this family who owned this pharmaceutical company that was notorious for getting away with shady things. They were in the court, and all of a sudden, the head of the house, Roderick, his children were dying, and it was him telling the story of how they died and stuff, and it was really good.
That's one that my familiarity, of course, with Edgar Allan Poe made me go, oh, and I kept hearing good things about it, and it's cool. It sounds like they have adapted it, like, because it's not actually, is it? I guess it's not quite based on the short story.
Yeah, it's loosely based on it, to my understanding. I haven't read.
Because there's obviously not like a pharmaceutical company or anything in the original story, but I mean, it's that same sort of idea. Like, this place, this house, this family is falling apart, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's it. They actually have a lot of references to that in the show. So, like, they have the ravens.
Oh,
things
nice.
like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's definitely one. I don't do a lot of Netflix stuff, but it was really good. Netflix is really bad for being like, "Oh, this is a really cool show," and no more of that.
Can it? Yeah.
But it was one we picked up Netflix, and Brittany was like, "You have to watch this." So I was like, "Okay," and yeah, I'd say it didn't disappoint.
I just looked up some images of it. This actually looks really, really neat.
Yeah,
Really,
cinematography wise, I think it's lovely. I mean, I think it feels very much like Hill House, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah. I haven't watched Hill House. I just know that was one of them that Mike Flanagan did. So, and Brittany's watched them. I've watched Midnight Mass, and Brittany said if you'd watched Hill House and Midnight Mass, that you'd like this. So she was like, "You have to watch it." But yeah, it's really, really good. It's I think there's only I'm trying to remember. I think there was only like 8 episodes is all there is. It
How
fully
long?
wrapped
How
up.
long is each episode? Are they like an hour long?
They're hour long. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. 8 episodes, hour long. Really good. It's got a good twist to it. And it kind of kept me guessing to a point. Like I was like, okay, I think this is it. And then once something else happened, I was like, okay, hold on, maybe that was it.
I love stories that constantly keep you bouncing around. Like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
New information has been put into the pot. Yeah, that looks sick. I need to watch
Yeah.
more stuff. That's my issue. Is like all the stuff that I watch is like YouTube content, so it's just like pure brain rot at this point.
I'm in the same boat. It's like I feel like I don't get a chance to watch things, and when I sit down and watch, I'm like, I don't want to watch. I'm just gonna watch the same old stuff again.
I'm bad for that, dude. And that would be a great way for me to transition to my point if you don't mind.
Yeah, go
sure.
right ahead.
Absolutely.
Speaking of watching things that you've already watched, so I just had the temptation to kind of help myself. I really like vampires. Like it's a big thing for me. Among mythological things out there, we
Mhm.
assume. I like vampires quite a bit. It's like my shtick. And I started watching True Blood again. So,
Oh,
yeah, I hadn't seen anything about True Blood in years, and I never did finish the show.
No.
But I was like, I saw it on HBO when I was, or Max, I guess, whatever, when I was surfing around to look for something to watch, and I was like, I'm turning something on that I've seen and take me a nap. Well, then I started watching it and couldn't fall asleep, so I started watching a few episodes of True Blood again, and I just want to go sit down and watch it right now. But it's like I'm bad for that though. It's like it's familiar, and so I want to do it again. I want to watch it again. But I know there's so many other good things out there. I was actually just making a list here. I was like, I got to finish watching Hill House. I was like, I need to watch Fall of the House of Usher. There's just so much out there. But I find myself going back to the same stuff.
Have you played V Rising yet?
I'm not, and I was just thinking that. I was like, I need to play some vampire RPGs. And V Rise, that's what it is, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Baldur's Gate, but it's vampires, right?
Kind of. Like,
Yeah, it's more so like it really plays into the fact that like you are a vampire. So like if you move out in the open sun, like you have to stick to the shade of the trees or else you'll burn alive.
yeah.
I don't think you can move over running water, so you've got to like find alternate ways to move around the landscape and stuff like that. It's got a builder element to it. Like one of the big things is that you're trying to like build your castle from the
Yeah.
ground up.
Trying to rebuild.
And you even get like cool abilities. Like one ability that you get a little later on in the journey, you get the ability to enthrall people, so you can actually make your own thralls and like command them to do stuff around. Probably one of the coolest things that you get in the game is you get the ability to wild shape like a druid in D&D. So like you can turn into a wolf, and there's a couple other shapes and stuff like that that you can turn into. You can devour the blood of people, and like every person's got a different let's steal some terminology from Code Vein. They have like a different blood code.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I drank the blood of this person. Well, they were like 60% warrior, so I get like different stat buffs and stuff because I have that blood flowing through me. And then if you eat another person, it's like, oh, well, this person was like 3% beast, and you get different buffs and stuff like that. It's a really fun game. It takes a little bit to like really get going, but it's very worth it.
So you're basically selling me drugs, dude. I'm looking at the Steam page right now. So, this looks so fun,
and it's multiplayer.
Yeah, it's all right in single player, but like if you get together with friends and play it, it's such a blast.
Yeah, me and friend Zach was doing a campaign for a while. We never did finish it, but it was.
Is it like terribly long?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it is.
Let's see. How long is? Oh my goodness! It says according to How Long to Beat, it's 46.5 hours for the main story.
Oh wow,
that's more than I anticipated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on sale on Steam right now.
Ooh.
Dude, the problem is I'm getting a little bit of YouTube money, and so I'm like,
I can like this.
Yeah, I'm like, it's fake money. It's not real money. So I buy stupid stuff. So I guess it's better than drugs, but this is like not far removed.
What a mood!
Thanks for sharing that with
me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, V Rising. I actually played V Rising back in its early access days. And then eventually picked it back up because it's got a console release now.
It's got a Castlevania premium pack. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh my goodness. I love Castlevania.
Oh, speaking of Castlevania, I just want to interject this right fast. Because there can't be an episode that I'm on where I don't talk about Marvel Rivals. It's in my contract.
You had one.
Yeah. So Marvel Rivals recently just introduced. They're rolling out costume recolors.
Oh.
Not all costumes have them right now. But they debuted 4 costumes that have a special recolor that you can buy extra. I wish I had a picture of it. I'll have to see if I can find one. But they did one for one of Winter Soldier's skins. And the original skin, it was during season 1 was like, Lee's going to be mad at me for not telling him this is what was going on in Marvel Rivals. Season 1 was like a vampire theme. It was the Eternal Night. And so like a bunch of characters were getting outfits that were, like reminiscent of that. And Bucky got one. He straight up looks like a Van Helsing. I mean, he's got like the jacket. He's got like this gold gun. He's got this like stark white, like Dante hair. But his recolor changes. It goes from a black jacket to like a blue jacket. He gets like brown hair. He looks exactly like a Belmont. I mean, to a T, he is a Belmont.
It's so cool.
I had to throw that out there because we were talking about vampires, and that made me think because I was like, he looks exactly like a Belmont with that new recolor. 2 games recently that I was very happy about because they had just added them onto the PlayStation Store out of nowhere. In fact, they added the whole trilogy. I played through Sly 2 and Sly 3 again recently.
Oh, nice. I wonder if Cody knows this.
And I freaking adore the Sly Cooper games. Playing like they just they were like, here's PS5 versions of these games, and I'm like, they're like, they're $10 a piece. I was like, because the only other way to like really play those games is to either have them on PS2 or to get the Sly collection on PS3. And the collection's good, but it has its issues. There's a few of those issues still present in the PS5 versions, but like, Jesus Christ, it was so fun to play through those games again. Oh my God, I forgot how good Sly 2 and Sly 3 were.
All right, confession, man. I don't think I've ever played any of those games. I think I've owned them on PS2. I have the trilogy. I've got them in all kinds of different forms. I played PlayStation. Yeah, right. I played the PlayStation Battle Royale Heroes game or whatever. Not Battle Royale, whatever it's called. PlayStation, like where you fight each other.
All Stars, something or other.
And Sly Cooper's pretty fun on there, but I don't think I've ever played the actual games.
The first Sly Cooper is interesting because the second and third games have like nothing to do with the first game gameplay wise. Because the first game plays more like a collectathon platformer. The first game is more so like you go into this hub area, and the hub area is usually split off into sections. Usually it's like 2 or 3 sections, and there's different levels that you can go to in each part of the hub. And as you play, you get stuff to like unlock the rest of it. And so that's how you go through and play that one. But the second and the third ones are more of like that. Okay, we've got to figure out, because you're actually like trying to steal stuff in the second game. So it's actually about like canvassing the area, getting stuff set up, like cutting off access to like more guards and backup, figuring out how you're going to get in, like break in and steal the thing and stuff like that. And
Cody
then 3
adores it, right?
I think so, yeah.
He's a number. It might be the second one that he loves so much, if I'm not mistaken.
The second one is really, really good. I think I prefer the third one by like half a point, but they're both really, really good games. The stories all kind of pick off from one another. You could realistically start with Sly 2 and just figure stuff out as you go. But yeah, those games, I legitimately forgot how fun they are. And I sat and I 100%ed them the day I bought them.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, dude.
That's the third time I've platinumed Sly 2.
Jeez.
Because I platinumed the PS3 version, and then I think I platinumed the Vita version. I'll have to double check that, because there was a Vita version of that game. So yeah, I like Sly Cooper. Actually, in fact, for the longest time, my like icon on PlayStation was Sly Cooper, which fit really well with my best friend Devin, because he always ran Murray, and we were always trying to find our Bentley, and we never could.
What a shame.
Yeah, what a shame.
That's pretty awesome. I have only played those. I haven't played those games. I've lived through Cody playing those games. So I guess is the way to put it.
There was such like, I don't even know what the right word is, but there was such like that era of games like that, because you had like Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
I feel like there's one I'm forgetting. I feel like there's one other game series that was kind of like that.
Spyro, maybe? Or was that not like that enough?
Spyro?
Spyro.
Oh, Spyro. Yeah. Spyro, Crash.
I guess Spyro and Crash was a little earlier, but I mean, I feel like that's kind of it's what are they called? Shoot, dude, I knew this. Why? Mascot platformers or mascot adventures?
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
And no, those are huge stuff, dude. And there were so many games that copied it. I'm just looking up at my shelf right now, and I'm seeing like the Hobbit game that came out for the PS2 was absolutely a copy of those types of games.
Yeah.
Oh,
not a great game, but Mark of Cree, Herdier, a lot of those games. Like, I mean, PlayStation 2 had some great stuff on it.
Download the Spyro remasters after this, because now I really want to play them.
Everybody's blood's itching, dude. This is why you can't get together with friends and talk about games, especially like old games you used to play or whatever. So it's like the blood starts to itch. It's like, show me your dark mark, I'll show you mine.
I've been like trying to go back and play Bloodborne again recently, but it's so hard to after Elden Ring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard for me because I suck at the game. So I've heard people like varying degrees of like this game's harder than this game or whatever. But I'm like, look, I did really well with Dark Souls and Elden Ring, so I think those must be the easiest because I can't do jack with Sekiro or Bloodborne. I suck at those games.
I don't want to care to admit the fact that I have like over 600 hours in the PS5 version of Elden Ring.
Oh, that's wonderful, dude. I think I'm at 3. I might have 300 hours on it, but I love it, dude.
Lee, here's something that's going to blow your mind. And I'm just going to put this detail out there for everybody because I don't have a life. Would you like to know how many hours I have on Final Fantasy 14 on PC?
Ooh, can I guess?
Yes.
Okay, how long have you been playing?
How long have I been playing this game?
Tell me in hours.
I've been religiously playing this. Okay, so I started playing back during its second expansion, but I didn't play for that long. I played sometime right as Shadowbringers came out, and then before Endwalker was when I really started to put the time in. So there's like 7 years-ish worth of time.
All right, so is it greater than 3,000?
Only very slightly.
Hey, I was close then.
Yeah,
I'll go with 3,000.
Yeah, it's almost 3,200 hours.
Oh yeah, dude. I feel you.
And that's only the PC version. I want to point out that's not counting the time I put in on my PS5 and my PS4.
Yeah, I've got 1,085.
I may or may not have played this game a lot.
That's comparable to me in World of Warcraft, and then my EverQuest is a little more than that. I mean,
I would bet your EverQuest is in like the 9s.
It was when I looked, I was thinking I had about 5,000 hours on EverQuest, but I've been playing since I was like, 16 or something.
Mm-hmm.
No, it had to be more than that. Because like I remember it was getting close to like a full year of my life. So I was looking at the numbers, and that's like it breaks my heart to think about it. As like I'm 38, so I got a couple of years on me, but it's like almost an entire year was spent sitting on EverQuest. So
I feel that.
When I was adding it up in high school, I was like, dude, this looks like I basically ate, slept very little, went to school and played EverQuest. That's pretty much what I did in high school. So, and then the rest of the time was marching band if I wasn't doing anything else.
What an actual mood. Yeah. God, we're such nerds.
Yep. The hills have them, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And they're over here now.
Yeah, dude, I think you have more, though, in Final Fantasy than I had in WoW. That's a lot of hours, dude.
It's a lot. Okay. I mean, a lot of that, too, really just comes from the fact that where I've been doing the class grind so much.
Yeah.
To get everything up. Because now, let me think about this right fast. There's 4 tanks, there's 4 healers, and there's what? 6 melee DPS, 3 ranged, and 4 casters. So there's like 21 classes to get to level 100.
I started back in Heaven's Ward when they first go into Heaven's Ward, and you have more hours than I do.
Yeah. Play this game a lot. I like this game, which is really funny considering that, like, just as a quick aside, because I always go off on tangents, like, my whole brand is built around, because I go by Chocobo. And it's really funny considering that, like, I'm not actually that big of a fan of Final Fantasy. I love 14. And I mean, clearly I've put the time into it, but like a lot of the other Final Fantasy games that I've played, I've not really cared for. There have been a few, but like majority wise, it's really hard for me to get into Final Fantasy games.
Mm-hmm. There's no shame in that, dude. Like I was just talking to somebody earlier. I was talking to somebody. I was responding to comments. Somebody had mentioned Shin Megami Tensei because I don't really talk about that game ever, like that series. Mm-hmm. It's a huge blind spot for me. It's like I love RPGs, but it's like, dude, I just don't really play those or Persona. It's the same way. I'm like, these are huge. That's just not really my deal.
I was getting
So,
ready to say, like, I've not really played any of the SMT games, but I have put some hours into the Persona games. And they're great. I mean, they're definitely like, they get a little blown up, I think, in terms of people being like, these are the greatest RPGs ever. They're good. They're not the greatest RPGs ever.
it's the way I think of it is like Persona's like, what if you were in like high school in hell? And then Shin Megami Tensei is like, what if it was just hell? Like, what if it was just hell?
Like 100%. It's like Persona is just like, I'm a high school kid that sometimes has to take on these eldritch beings to make sure my world stays around. And it's like, okay, well, there's an anime title. And then you hop over to Shin Megami Tensei, and it's just like, if you make one wrong decision in this battle, this demon will personally come through your monitor and rip your head off. And you'll like it.
Like SMT 5 looks really, really good. Like I want to play it, but it's just that backlog, dude. You know how it is.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to get through my backlog now, and I can't because I keep going to play other games.
I know.
Yeah. And you're talking about hours, an hour spent on those games, but it's like, if you weren't doing that, you were just saying the same thing I was, like, and Aaron was. It's like we're not watching a lot of TV or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like because this is how we spend our time.
Yeah,
yeah. It's I want to play these things that I've paid for.
Yeah, I'm not shaming anybody on how they spend their time because, like, if it wasn't this, I mean, think about how many people sit and scroll. I mean, I do the same thing too, but scroll TikTok or scroll Instagram or scroll Facebook. And it's like, or you could be doing this, I'm
going to use that as a jumping off point for another topic that I don't talk a lot about, which is I'm a music nerd. Like I'm one of those people that like I could totally use like a weekend to just put my headphones in and like listen to an album. Like on repeat. And my favorite band is their new album's dropping tomorrow for us, but it'll have been out a few days by the time you guys are hearing this episode.
Insane.
Yeah, God, oh my God. You know how badly I would love to get an NSYNC album? Freaking loved NSYNC, man. Or Backstreet Boys. I'd be happy with either.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry, I interrupted. I was trying to guess. I think I'm guessing wrong.
Sleep Token is dropping a new album on May 9th. Nice. We're recording this on May 8th. But yeah, this new album, I'm not ready for this album. Freaking the past two singles that they released have made me bawl my eyes out. I'm not ready for the rest of this album.
Yeah, that might be a good episode at some point to just be like, what are we? We're typically these kind of nerds. What other kind of nerds are we?
Yeah.
Like I could probably go with like Broadway, like for the most part.
Oh yeah.
I need to sit down and watch more Broadway stuff. Did I tell you that I have like a whole editing backlog, Lee, of plays I did when I was still in university?
I remember you telling me you were editing play. You had edited plays, but you had a backlog to do.
Oh no, not to do. Just saying, like I've got a few that I keep with me because it was I went to it's called the University of Pikeville or UPike as they want you to call it now. But I was very heavily associated with the theater department there, so I filmed. Let me think here. They did Little Women. They did Next to Normal, which Next to Normal is really, really good. It's very heart-wrenching, but it's a really, really good story. A book you might be familiar with is they did a play of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime.
Never heard of it.
It's an interesting book. The main character of the book, not to give away too much, but the main character of the book, without explicitly saying it, is very heavily implied to be on the spectrum.
Oh.
So it's essentially what it kind of ends up being is the adventure of seeing how, somebody on the spectrum, like kind of how their mind works, how they perceive the world around them.
I live that.
Yep.
And like
Need to read it.
interacting and doing stuff. There's a lot more that goes into it. I don't want to spoil a whole lot, but it's really fun. And then there's actually two musicals that I was actually in. I did Spring Awakening, which was the first time I ever got on the stage. And then I did Tuck Everlasting. I was Angus Tuck in that.
Well,
That's really cool. So you actually not only edited these, you were performing in them.
Yep.
That's cool, man. That's I was telling somebody today, I was like, my goal for YouTube is to be able to afford the real goal is to be able to afford to take my daughters to New York to watch some Broadway plays every once in a while.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Like my daughter, my youngest in particular, loves, like, she's just now discovering stuff like she watched Little Shop and loves Little Shop of Horrors, dude, and I do too.
Nice.
I'm crazy about it. And so I was like, oh, that'd be so good to take her up for her birthday to watch, because, like, if I did like a Red Eyed Flight or whatever, it's expensive, but it's still not like ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
and that'd be something she'd really remember. And then my oldest wants to see Hamilton, and Hamilton's actually like cheaper than you would probably think. We were looking at tickets with Leslie Odom Jr., and it was like $250 a ticket, which is pretty solid for Hamilton, actually. So
yeah.
Now, do I have that right now? No, I can't afford that. But
that
that's the
YouTube
goal.
money, though.
Yeah, maybe one day.
We went last year and watched Wicked.
Yeah, I'd love to see Wicked.
It was really good.
Yeah,
Love the movie. I always wanted to see the Broadway because I love the music so much.
We wanted to go, but we didn't get a chance to. We were going to try to go see Beetlejuice because it was here in March.
Oh, I watched on that off-Broadway stuff. I watched The Lion King there in Louisville.
Oh, yeah.
And it was awesome. It was so good, dude.
Lion King is one I hear is really good. I like to see the what's it? Crap. Evil Dead. The Evil Dead musical.
There's an Evil Dead musical? That sounds
is.
amazing.
And you can get so my girlfriend Brittany went and watched it, and you can get tickets for the Splash Zone because they split
Some Gallagher stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh man.
She showed me the shirt. Like she had you could tell just, droplets and splashes of blood all over the place where they apparently just spray it out.
That's sick. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
If this is an episode that you guys want to hear, like us nerding out about like non-conventional nerdy stuff, please let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where will autism take us?
That's the name of the episode.
Where will autism take us?
This is the name of the episode right there. That should be the subtext of The Heels Have Nerds. Where will autism take us?
No, sir, that's every episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
I heard y'all have tism like I have tism. Let's share our tism together.
You better be careful not to tism too hard.
Yep.
Freaking implode the earth.
I was hoping to get to play some before we got on today, but ended up having to run some errands. But the Midnight Walk come out today.
What's that?
That's that claymation style.
From the people that did Lost in Random.
Lost in Random. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that was out. Okay.
Oh.
It apparently has got overwhelmingly positive reviews.
I love that. Love to hear that.
And I'm so excited. It's probably what I'm going to do when we get off here.
I downloaded Lost in Random again. I got stuck on Hades because it was the first time that I'd ever actually like sat in and played Hades. Oh my god. Yeah, but I need to get back to Lost in Random so I can play that.
Yeah, and then you got the new
sequel.
the sequel coming out. So, but yeah, definitely, I'm really excited about Midnight Walk because it looks so cool.
It's like a horror game in some spots, isn't it?
I don't think it's classified as a horror game. It just has that like a creepy Tim Burton style look to it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Neat. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna log out and go level machinist in Final Fantasy 14. Got a long way to go.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything else anybody wants to that you've just been dying to talk about all session?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
I think that's about it for
I'm
me.
trying to think if there's anything that I've had going on. Talking about, I'm just going to jump back into a tangent right fast. I'll tell you what I need to catch up on, especially after hearing about reviews, is the new Thunderbolts movie. I need to catch up on I need to catch up on my Marvel. I'm so far behind in those movies.
Me too.
I'm actually kind of caught up on them, but I haven't watched Thunderbolts yet. I haven't seen any kind of reviews or anything for it, but I'm excited to see it.
I have been hearing nothing but good. I heard one review say that this is the best movie that they have come out with since Endgame.
Oh wow,
that's exciting.
No, and that's pretty high praise because Endgame was like the end all be all movie for a time.
Yeah, for real.
Actually, funnily enough, they put in Marvel Rivals. See, there's my contract coming back up. Bucky actually has a skin in game from his Thunderbolts appearance in the movie.
Oh, really?
They even actually got Sebastian Stan to make a video announcing the skin, the guy that plays him in the movies. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. What was it? The What If series.
Yeah, I only watched one of those. I've seen clips from a couple of the others, but I only actually watched one, and it was the Sinister Strange one.
Yeah. That's it. The first two seasons were really good. Third season started out kind of slow, but it's really picked up the last bit. We haven't finished them, but we just watched. There was one that was what if the I'm trying to remember what his name is called. The Russian Captain America from Black Widow, the
Red Guardian.
The Red Guardian. Thank you. I knew it's Red something, but I couldn't remember. Yeah. It's like the Red Guardian stops Bucky from killing Tony Stark's parents.
Oh, okay.
And it's really good, actually. I really enjoyed that one.
I need to watch those. I love everything Marvel.
I've loved the What If
I won't
series.
say everything.
I'm such a huge fan of the Watcher. So
I need to look more into the. You said Watcher, and it made me think of Watchmen.
Oh, who watches the Watchmen?
Yeah, God, I need to read the Watchmen.
Yeah, I watched the show, watched the movie, loved it, and never read the book. Shame on me.
Yeah, right. That's me with Sin City. I have a volume of Sin City, and I just haven't read it yet. But okay, I think we're good there. So thank you all for joining us in this episode. It was a little all over the place. Little not as uniform. I get there's nothing uniform about this show. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for listening. Once again, we are the Heels Have Nerds. You can find us anywhere that you can find podcasts. Please go to our Facebook page. You can interact with us on there. You can also find us in our Discord. It's called The Holler.
Mm-hmm.
You can send us an email at what does our email have the in it? I'm going to be honest. I never. Okay.
No the.
So you can email us at heelshavenerds.com. And where can people find you, Lee?
You can find me on YouTube at Pixel Bro Lee and let's see, I guess on Twitch at Pixel Bro Lee, and then Facebook at Pixel Bro Lee, but mostly YouTube and Twitch is where you'll find me.
All right, Aaron, where can they find you?
They can find me strumming around the Discord. Also, just so you don't forget to mention, we have a live episode coming up May 28th.
Yes, May 28th. The Hills have Nerds live.
There you go. Put that show voice in there. But yeah, we got it coming up. So pretty excited. Just come hang out and let us hear us rant, and we get to talk to you guys.
Yeah, we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna play us some games. We'll answer your questions in the chat. If you pay us enough money, we might even do a do-si-do. We'll wait and see about that one. As for me, you can find me just kind of lurking around the Discord. You can find me on Instagram. I think my name on there is also Chocobo STO. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you all live on May 28th.